Alright, so I heard people were talking shit about Natasha, so I gotta step in and showcase that Natasha is fully capable of sustaining MoC12. There's a lot of misconceptions saying like Natasha's bad and not a good sustainer. I don't think that's really true. You do have to be a bit picky on what fights you do throw her into, and it's going to depend on your comp a little bit sometimes. You do need to have some freedom of being able to use some skill points on her from time to time. But she's more than capable of sustaining. If you're having trouble sustaining with Natasha, not to be mean, but I would say it's a problem with just your gearing in general if you're having trouble with her, or you're just putting her into a fight that she's just not designed to function in. This fight's not exactly the most bearable to her, at least this first part, because we have to deal with all these dots, but we got enough healing power, it'll be fine. This was a one attempt thing. I didn't do like any kind of retries or anything. I just threw her in this is just to prove a point. And I'm still kind of getting used to Hanya. I'm relatively new to using her. She is really good for this MoC, by the way, because the skill attack actually allows you to build up the turbulence fairly easily. My difficulty with Hanya, and this is the part I'm trying to learn, is when you should and shouldn't basic attack on her. Because like you'll want a skill, but if she hasn't used up all her or recovered the 2 skill points yet, when her turn comes back up, and my Hanya's really fast, so she gets her turn really quick. Sometimes her turn will come up and she hasn't fully expended the stacks to gain both the skill points. So in those cases I'll use the basic attack. Sometimes I think it's okay to still go for the skill. I was being a little cautious and just erred on the side of just, if that situation happened, I just do it basic instead. But for optimization purposes, I probably could have done that a little better. But yeah, Natasha, she's gonna be perfectly fine healing this fight. So yeah, we're taking some dot damage and everything, but that's fine. We got healed with the ult, and as you see, the ult will heal everyone to full. It heals 22,000 HP, and if they're in red, which if 22,000 HP doesn't get you to full, you're probably in red, and then she heals nearly 3,000. So, and that's about how much HP most characters have at this level in investment. So that's not anything unusual. It's perfectly fine. I think a lot of people don't realize, like, Natasha actually does get a bunch of healing bonus, like in her kit. Like one of her early major traces actually gives her 10% output healing. So like they look at her scaling and they assume, well, her scaling looks worse than these other units, like Lynx and so on. But they forget that Natasha has that free 10% outward healing bonus from her minor trace, and that actually pushes her scaling numbers actually above Lynx and some of the other characters. In fact, I'll post the numbers in the video here in post. They should pop up here in a sec, but I'm pretty sure she actually had the strongest single heal on her ult, including even beating Bailu. Assuming similar investment, so I would say like level 9 on 4-star units, and then level 8 because that's on 5-star units, because that takes the same number of total trace materials. Obviously, a 5-star that's like fully, invested at 10 will probably heal more, but I mean, you don't need to necessarily do that with your sustains. So we get through the first bar just fine here. Again, you see this when Argenti decides to, smack every one of us. We are more than capable of just healing everybody back up. I decided to throw out a heal just to kind of make sure I have my ult ready, just in case, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna smack everyone again on his next turn. He has a tendency of doing that after all. And ideally, I want to use my ults when whenever I have to heal with Natasha. That's probably when I should actually be ulting to recover the skill points from Hanya. From Hanya's skill. That'd be technically the better way to do this, but I'm still getting used to her. This is just something I'm noticing in playback. I decided to just take that ult and then do the the Argenti full power AoE and then just heal afterwards. And again, you see everyone's perfectly fine. I have no problem sustaining through this fight. Argenti himself does not exactly throw a lot of CC. In fact, I don't think he has any debuffs he really puts on your team. So Natasha doesn't need to expend her skill for cleanses. And I did use my skill on the first wave for a couple cleanses on some dots, just to get through it a little smoothly, just to be cautious. But I probably could have got through without even doing that at all. But I just relied on pushing ults for heals. And it's a 4-turn ult build. If you have S5 on post-op conversation, it is possible to build a 3-turn ult with Natasha with gear, but I don't have that access, so. No, excuse me. But that's my general thoughts. Yeah, she doesn't have a hard time healing these fights, honestly. She's got more than enough heal power. I mean, the big concern for her was just the lack of cleanses, which is why a lot of people pushed Lynx being stronger. But as you can see, a lot of the newer fights actually don't throw that many debuffs at you. Like, you're not getting hit with like freezes. It's not like we're fighting Cocolias and stuff. Now, of course, you know, Cocolia's back in Apocalyptic Shadow, but that's a different issue. Who knows, maybe I'll throw Natasha at the Argenti Apocalyptic Shadow fight and just kind of see how it fares there, just to further prove the point that Natasha is completely worthwhile sustained, still able to be used. And if you feel like there's something wrong with her, I would honestly argue that you're probably just not geared properly. Just the nature of the beast, I guess. Like, if you're not able to do that, I guess, you know, one solution is to pull a 5-star sustain, but you don't have to. So, I don't know. I was inspired by this because I saw a video that was talking some mad shit about Natasha in the game right now. So, kind of felt challenged. So, I'll put my money where my mouth is.